What's up, everybody? What's up? Talking OTC. That's what we're going to do right now. We're going to just talk a little bit about the OTC. Posted last night on Twitter. It was brought to my attention that some think that money's just leaving the OTC because prices are dropping. You would think that money's leaving, and the money volume is dropping a little bit from 2021. Just not even much, just a little tiny bit. And the volume numbers. But I want to talk about how volume and money volume relate with the stock price. So in late 2020, well, when COVID hit March 2020, you see a big spike in money volume, because I think when March of 2020 came, people got scared. And not only did people get scared, but that's why money volume was up. But more people were joining the stock market too at the same time. And you can tell that because of November of 2020. That's when prices started going up, like over the whole OTC. So November 2021, well, March 2021, COVID hits, people get scared, some people sell, but then other people take advantage of what's happening and they jump into the market. So from March to November, people are joining the OTC market. Now, come January, the new year, 2021, stocks were starting to run big time, because now everybody saw it happening, so they all came in. It was a mad rush. They got their free stimulus money that they think is free. It's not really free. We're paying taxes for it. We're paying inflation for it. It wasn't free, but at the time it was given to us by the government, made to believe it was free, whatever. Long story, different story. We're not going to go there. So let's talk about how more people joined the OTC, and we saw that from January, February, March. March was the peak of that run time, and the peak of the money volume, and the peak of the share. Not really the peak of the shares, because prices were a little bit higher, so share amounts being traded were a little bit lower. But it was a peak of transactions as well too. So you notice that's when profits are being taken, and money's transitioning. There was almost 1.2 million transactions, I believe, going on. So that's what happened in early 2021. April, you see that change. Hold on, people. Let me pause. All right, there's some road work on the road, so I had to put the phone down. Be careful. I don't drive that fast anyways. I stay around the speed limit. But anyways, so back to what we're getting at. March was the peak. April, we start seeing it come down. And then at the end of 2021, you kind of see it's a change. It's a bottom out, it feels like. So, beginning of 2022. So the end of 2021 and the beginning of 2022 here, a lot of these stock prices are still 100%, 1,000% in some cases higher, maybe even higher than 1,000% in a few cases, like DPLS and a couple others, ENZC, Enzolytics. A couple of them are still way higher than they were in 2019, pre-COVID levels. 2019, actually, OTC started getting hot before COVID hit the United States. 2018, OTC was averaging about, oh my god, I don't know, 1 million, I believe, in money volume. And share totals were up to, or maybe it was like 1 million, 2 million. Share totals were up to like, or 1 billion, I'm sorry, not million. Share totals though, the share totals being traded, and this is how you know the prices were so low. The share totals being traded were like 1 billion every month. A little over 1 billion shares every month. 2019, the prices were a little bit higher, but not much, because there were still a lot of shares being traded. 2020, we start seeing that share total come down, being traded. prices went up. That's just how it works. If the share price goes higher, less shares will be traded because the money value is so much higher. You could buy 1 billion shares at 0001, 30.0001. And in a layman's term, anybody can do that. I did that. I think it's $100. No, it's a little more than $100. It's cheap, okay? So obviously, share totals being traded is going to be much higher when prices are that cheap. 2020, they start coming down because the prices go up. 2021, now you're seeing higher OTC prices, less share totals being traded, but it hit a max of $10 billion money value traded from January 21 to March of 2021. Prices, people were taking profits. Shares were being traded, yes, but people were taking profits too. So there was a lot of volume. People buying, people selling. Prices are high, so money value is high being traded. The volume of money being traded was high because prices were high. Now we're seeing, here we are at the end of 2020, or from April 2021 till November 2021, December 2021, prices came down for the rest of the year. So we didn't lose much in money value being traded. There's still $7 billion being traded compared to $1 billion, $2 billion in 2019, 2018, 2019. 2021 has 7 billion shares being traded still, and we have 1 million transactions in the month of March. So there's still people in the OTC market, way more than 2018, 2019. We had over 1 million transactions. That's way more than 2018, 2019, when you look at the grand picture. So the people haven't left the OTC. That's a huge statement. Their money's still here. They may be holding the stock they bought in 2020 still. They don't want to sell it because they like it. This is a different... We had so many investors come in. This is different. They're not... A lot of them are day traders, but day trading is a whole different story, and people try and people fail, and people try and people succeed, but I bet you more people fail than people succeed at day trading. You gotta have a lot of money to really be able to day trade successfully, and a lot of the people that came into the OTC, I don't think had a lot of money like that. But more of them were like me, where they came in with $500,000, maybe $5,000 max or whatever, and that's what they invested. So it's different. You can't really day trade with that and make huge profits. You gotta be really good, but then you gotta factor in the taxes. So are you really making huge profits? Did you mess up on your taxes and spend that money? There's lots of issues that go on with day trading, so it's a different story. But a lot of these traders, I do think, that came in are holding long-term in their stocks. Now, others lost money, they sold. It's tougher. So we may lose a little bit of the people, but we're gaining people too at the same time still. So it's kind of off balancing, I think, and that's where the transaction amount comes in. It makes me believe that. Money value. Like I said, we're still at around 7 billion being traded in March. Almost 8 billion. So I think, honestly, we've hit a bottom, and OTC, because it still has all the shareholders it had before, it looks like, I do think we are not done with this volatility. That's another thing. This is for INQD, because I know that one. I haven't checked into much others yet because I like the ROI potential on INQD. But the volatility level is 5 times higher than a normal average NASDAQ stock. 5 times higher. The volatility is up. It is up. Now that could mean bigger drops, but it also could mean bigger spikes. And I think due to the fact that there's still a lot of shareholders in the OTC and money is going to transition from certain stocks to other stocks, I do think there's a high chance of large spikes, maybe even larger or as large as 2021. That being said, certain stocks may take a hit during that, and others will benefit. Doesn't mean since the volatility is so high, you may take a hit and it may bounce back a little because long-term holders might keep buying because they see a value in that. It's going to be very volatile, and it's been showing that it's been that case, I believe, in the OTC in many stocks. Down a couple 100%, back up 100%. Down a couple 100%, back up a little, maybe 200% to get back, but then down 300% and up 100%. Yeah, so steadily coming down, but at the same time, it's money transitioning, and there's still the same amount of people, and so the potential for these huge spikes is still there, and that's the main thing I see right now. It's important to look into money flow in stocks. You want to know what stocks have liquidity. They got a lot of shares being traded. It helps. Believe me, it helps. It helps with locking up a float, and then you see even larger spikes with the volatility. It helps in many ways. It's just when you got a view for the money flow. If you see money flow up and down, up and down, up and down, shares are going in and out. I'm telling you, it's a good thing. Sometimes this was 2020 before OTC was as it is today. Sometimes in those cases, that's when you want to look at the money flows where they're not really moving, but the company is on pace to put some catalyst together and get going. That means, well, money flow hasn't been there, but there's a chance that it spikes up because of interest in what's happening with that company. Today, it's a little different. There's not many of those anymore because they've had their run. They've had their run at it. They've tried. Now they're waiting again, but those companies are already out in the public or known. There's not many new ones like people were finding out for themselves because they're new investors. Like, oh, there's a new company. Yeah, not anymore. Now they know about it. Most the ones that they released in. So the catalyst that came and went. The new ones, they better be good. If you've already got a business set up and structured and you're doing business, you better have good financials coming in now, because that's where people want to see once a business is set up is are they profitable and are they doing good. So but before that happens, it's all about potential and what catalyst may come. Here's another thing, money flow. But back to that, I really gotta talk about the money flow. The new money flow is, if stocks are liquid now, then like that, because there's people trading those shares. If it is a company that is doing good or has catalysts coming to set up a company, to set up a business, like a stock just acquires a company, and now they are a business. They are able to show that they have products. Well, that's huge. That's going to be huge. If they already are a business and have product, now they need good marketing, good financials, they need a good accounting firm. They need good financial people on their team, and they need a good management staff, and that's when all the business stuff comes into play. How good is that business when they already are a business? Now that matters. Before that happens, though, it doesn't really matter as much, because you want to know what the company is, and that's where the excitement is. And what is my company going to be? Okay, so there's two different ways to look at that, in my opinion. So it's a little tougher when a company's already a company. You better find a good one that's doing good things. Because if it isn't, it's OTC, forget about it. Forget about it. That's it. You're in trouble. Now, before it's a business, you get in, they have something exciting to announce because they acquire a company, and they become a business. Well, that's exciting. So that's a different story. That's good. That's positive. That's something to look forward to. Alright. Liquidity. The liquidity levels being high, money flow up and down and up and down and up and down, good money flow, healthy. Well, that's good, because when you buy into a company that's already a company and it's a good company, well, there's going to be a lot more new investors coming, so there's going to be a lot more chances to exit your stock however you choose to do so, some shares at a time, whatever, and without having such high chances of exiting, but now you're exiting, so the price is going down dramatically as you're exiting. Okay, so that's where liquidity comes in. And if you're exiting, price can still go up if money flow is up and it's high. You want liquidity. Now, in a stock that's not a company yet, but it's got ambitions and it's got a project ready, or there's catalyst coming to get it to be a business, and it's got liquidity already, well, I think that's a great thing, because it means there's already interest in that stock, and it has potential to grow substantially on that excitement of becoming a business, especially if it's a good business. So that's my thoughts on money flow, the exit strategy. Okay, please comment below or follow me on Twitter at jsano2387. Let me know if you got any questions. Try to help as best I can. I mean, it's a tough game to invest, but anybody could do it, I believe, and you just gotta take the time and do the research. All right, thank you. Have a great day.